Good morning, students. Sairam. Let us learn a new chapter in EVS 1, and the name of the chapter is Lesson number 14, Maps and Symbols. In today's video, we are going to learn about how are maps made and how are maps important and useful for us. So let us start by learning the new words. The first word is winding, winding, road, winding road. Now winding road means a road with lot of twists and turns. A zigzag type of road is known as a winding road. Not a straight road but a road which has many turns is known as a winding road. Next one is elements. Elements are small particles or small substances which are very hard, okay, which are very hard. Next one is sketch. Now a sketch is a rough diagram of, it can be of a map. Now here we are studying about map, so a rough diagram of a map is known as a sketch, okay. Then fourth one, resources. Now resources can be man-made resources and natural resources. Natural resources include everything: water, air, okay, the air, then you can say the fruits, the vegetables which we get from trees and plants are known as natural resources. Sun is also a resource from which we get heat, from which we get light, okay. So these are natural resources. And man-made resources includes whatever we use in our day-to-day life, furniture is there, then all the other things are there, that are man-made resources. And the last one is civilization. Civilization means you can say a old type of tradition, okay, or a old type of society which did exist before is called a civilization, okay. Now it does not exist. Earlier there were civilizations which did not last for a longer period of time. It got destroyed, or it is now nowhere. But civilization means a tradition, or you can say uh, a society which was formed many years ago, and now you can find only few remains of it, is known as civilization, okay. Now identifying man-made and natural elements on a map. Now how can you make difference, or how can you differentiate between man-made and natural elements on a map? So let us see that. Man-made objects are made from natural resources. Yes, we use everything which is available in the nature. We use, see, during day we don't need to put light. The sun's light is more than enough for us. So sun is a natural resource, and we get fruits, we get vegetables, everything we get from plants. Yes or no? So plant is a natural resource, and from that, now see, if you fruits we get from trees, okay. So fruit is a natural resource. Man converts that fruit into many things, like jam is prepared, juices are prepared, so many things you can make out of that fruit. So the process things, the new things which man makes out of that natural thing is called a man-made resource. But the main source is nature. What is the main source? The nature. So nature provides man with numerous things, okay, with numerous things. Now see, furniture is made from wood, but from where the wood is obtained? Wood is obtained again from the trees, and trees are a part of nature. So again, nature is the main source and the basic source of various things which we use in our day-to-day life. Chairs, tables, benches, etc. are made from the wood obtained from trees. Yes, wood, the main source to obtain wood from is from where? Is from the trees. And what is made from that wood? Furniture includes table, chair, sometimes wooden cupboard also is there, wooden a trolley is there, whatever, so many types things of wood we get. So that is obtained from the trees, and trees are a part of nature. So again, it is natural resource. We made use of different symbols while making a sketch. So now sketch is a rough diagram of a map which helps us to give an idea of how can a map be seen when we do it fair. So a sketch is a rough idea. Okay, now we make use of different symbols. Now in a map, when you observe a map, there are various types of symbols in it. So those symbols specify some particular things, and through those symbols we can easily identify and differentiate between things. To convert a sketch into a map, we need to show the directions and include an index, a title, and a scale. Yes, a map is incomplete without an index, without a title, and without a scale. See, a map without a title has no meaning. A map should always have a title, means what is the name of the map. Suppose it is Maharashtra map, so name is written Maharashtra map, so that is your title. And every map should have a title, necessary, important. And index means what? The things which are shown on a map is drawn in a small box below the map, and that is called as index. Suppose a map is shown of a particular area. So in that area, whether there is an hospital, whether there is a garden, whether there is a market, whether there is a river, so in that index all these things will be mentioned with their particular symbols. Okay, if it is a mountain, a triangle may be shown. If it is a river, a wave line may be shown. If it is a market, a circle can be shown. Okay, and if it is a school, a rectangle shape can be shown. So, and if it is a hospital, a addition sign, a cross sign can be shown. So these are the different symbols which helps us to differentiate between the things shown on the map, and it gives a clear idea that what is shown in the map, and it helps us to understand the map in a better way. Then comes the scale. Scale means the distance or the kilometers on the map in which the way the map is made. Okay, so a scale is also important, as well as the directions are shown on the map. Okay, there are arrows, north, south, west, east. So the directions are also shown on the map. So without these elements, and these are called the elements of the map. Elements means the useful things which has to be shown on the map compulsorily. What are those? Index, title, scale. What are these three things what are the three elements of map? Index, title, and scale. Without these things, the map is incomplete. Okay, it is not or you can say it is not an accurate map. It is something is wrong in that. So all the maps should have or must have an index, title, and a scale. Have you understood? Moving objects are not included in on a map. What are moving objects? Vehicles. Now vehicles don't always stop at one place, they move from one place to another. So can you show vehicles on the map? No. So moving objects are never included on the map. The things which are fixed or the things which have a particular place and they do not move from one another are shown on a map. Now school building. Does school building is a movable object? No. It is standing still at a particular place. Unless and until it gets constructed again or it shifts to some other place, but it is there in that particular place. So moving objects are never showed on the map. For example, people walking. How can people are not still at one place, they move, they have to go from one place to another. Then moving vehicles, as I told you, vehicles can also not be included in the map. So moving things cannot be shown on the map. A winding road in an area is shown to take exactly the same turns on a map. And for your surprise, a winding road which has many twists and turns are shown on the map with the exact direction and distance. See, That is how roads, rivers, and railway lines are always shown on the map. So when you observe a map, okay, you can refer your EVS textbook later on. You can see that on the map railway lines are there, rivers are there, roads are there, and that also with the exact direction and location. So a map, to draw a map is not easy. It requires a lot of study. It requires a lot of information, and then it requires a sketch, and then to make it fair it requires accuracy. So experts are there who make map. The people who make maps are studied, are expert, who have taken knowledge about this particular things. So maps are not easy to draw. It is very very hard, and only those people who have taken training, or who have gone through, who have studied about all these things, they only can draw an exact map. Now, do you know? Now, this is something new for you. The art of map making has now advanced greatly. Okay, now obviously, see, as technology develops day by day, the art of map making also has developed from the olden days to the present. Our ancestors also used to make map. Ancestors means great 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 grandfathers. Okay, they used animal skins. Okay, so what did they use to make maps? Animal skins, bones, cow rice, and clay or stone tablets to make maps. So these were the things which during the Stone Age man period and all, they also used to make maps with the help of all these things. Okay, approximately 5,000 years ago. Okay, 5,000 years ago is a very long time. Okay, there was a civilization called Mesopotamia. Now Mesopotamia, have you ever heard about Harappa culture, Harappa civilization, Indus Valley civilization? This all you will study when you go in higher standards. Actually, there were small towns which were constructed so beautifully during those days, but because of some things they got destroyed. They are diminished, they got destroyed. But when we find their remains, we research on that, and when we know about those things, we really are amazed. The civilization during those days was so beautifully constructed that even today, though we have modern technology, we cannot create that type of civilization. So from that we understand that during those days people were so intelligent. People were, they thought about all those things. They thought about nature as well. They did not destroy nature. They used their brain in such a way, and so beautifully they created that civilization. See, when you study in higher standards, you yourself will be surprised. And one of them is Mesopotamia civilization. So the civilizations which were before, we get to learn and know about all these things in detail, and we are really amazed when we learn about all these things. Okay, now what did we watched in today's video? We'll take a quick recap. First, we saw about identifying man-made and natural elements on a map. So what the difference between man-made resources and natural resources means elements on the map. Man-made are trees, rivers, mountains. Okay, so these are the man-made elements which on the map, and natural elements of a map. And man-made are the things, buildings, hospitals. These are things, are man-made elements which can be shown on a map. Then second, we saw our environment has both natural and man-made objects. Yes, our surrounding, our environment is made up of two things, man-made things and natural things. Okay, special symbols are used for making a map. As I told you, to show a river, maybe a wave line is shown in the index. To show a mountain, maybe a triangle is used in the index. So there are specific symbols for specific things which can be shown on a map, which helps us to differentiate between things, and which helps us to identify the things easily shown on the map. So children, this was the end of lesson number 14, and I hope you have understood. It is a very small chapter, a very easy chapter, everything related to maps, okay, and how are maps made we just now saw in today's video. I hope you have made a note of all the important points, and I hope you have made a note of all the new words which we learned in today's video. Thank you children for listening to me carefully. Goodbye and take care.